Alright, here we go. Week 4. SJD Design Super Late Model Series. We're at Williams Grove. You're looking at your pole sitter right there. Tony Martin in the 022. And that's Smoky Designs machine. Outside of Tony Martin, number 5. Running the title sponsor car there. That's Seth Johnson in the SJD Design car. Starting just outside of Tony Martin. Back there in row 2, Jace Hott, number 98. Backdraft Motorsports. Just outside of Jace Hott. That's his dad in the 84 there. The owner-operator of Backdraft Motorsports in that 84, Stephen Hott. Back there in row 3, you got the 19, Matthew Stewart, Stu Rat, out here for Backdraft Motorsports tonight. Trademark orange, black, and purple cart. And just outside of Stu Rat, 28 machine right there of Chris Sons. And starting in the last row here, the number 6, Kyle Bolin. The black and yellow Bumblebee looking machine. Alright, so taking you through the grid. We got 25 laps tonight here at Williams Grove. Last week, Tony Martin almost got it done at Lanier. Be looking to see if he can get his first win here in the series over Seth Johnson, who's been dominating the series, your points leader. Skinny track. Not a lot of room. Real fast cars. Should make for some exciting racing. Pace truck's got the lights off. Let's see what they got. Tony Martin's going to bring him to the green. Here we go. Tony Martin, early lead down into turn 1. Seth Johnson right behind him though. Followed by the 98 of Jace Hott. The 84 right on the tail of Jace Hott. He's going to get turned by the 19, and Chris Sons gets into the 84. And caution is going to be out on the speedway right now. Caution is going to be out on the speedway. As you saw it, the 84 got turned around there by the 19 of Matthew Stewart. We'll take you back here and take a look at it. Let's see if we can see what happened. You see the 84 has to check up for the 98, and the 19 just nowhere to go, runs into him. Chris Sons, he's a victim of that accident as well. Nothing he can do about that one. So we'll line them back up. Boys come around to catch the pace truck here. Unfortunate for the 84, but the 28, he's able to, looks like, no, he's going to bring it down pit road. I thought he was going to be able to stay out, but he's going to have to be down there on pit road with the 84, as they're going to be getting damage fixed. Luckily, during cautions, the laps are not counting here because we are dirt racing. So that's fortunate. We had some good battling up front there. It looked like Tony Martin was trying to use the inside line, and he was just kind of pinning it down there, blocking Seth from getting around him, doing what he has to. This track can turn into kind of a one-lane track. Tough to pass here at Williams Grove. You see the lights are off the pace car. Boys are going to go ahead and get it re-racked. Chris Sun's able to get out of the pits. We'll see if Stephen Hott's able to do the same here, as they're coming down the backstretch right now. Going to be coming to the green this time. Here we go. Tony Martin, Seth Johnson, front row. Tony pulls a good gap there on the 5. 5's got a pretty good gap on the 98. There's single file, 1, 2, 3, 4. See the cars coming at you. There's Kyle Boland. 98 goes high. 19 gonna look inside here. See if Sturat can make the pass on Jace Hott. Let's see if he's going to be able to get it done. Nothing doing this time. Up front with your leaders. Tony Martin still leading the way. Still looking for a line around Jace Hott there. Can't get it done. Chris Sun's taking a peek there to the inside of Matthew Stewart. Matthew Stewart looking high. Nothing there. Up front, the 022 with Tony Martin. He's stretching the lead out a little bit. You see the gaps, top of your screen. 3/4 of a second now. Over the 5 is Seth Johnson. 18 to go. Tony working that low line. Seth trying the middle, trying to find any sort of speed he can. Here the boys come off the backstretch here. Seth's going to try that low line with Tony, see if he can make it work. He's cut into the lead a little bit. 16 to go. Seth's got it down to about half a second here. Good battle in the back. Sturat side by side. Oh, he tags the wall on the inside. He's going to slide up. We're 3 wide. Chris Sun's inside 98. Makes contact. Chris Sun's off the pace a little bit now. As him and the 98 of Jace Hott make contact. Slides Sturat back to the 4 spot. Jace Hott back up to the 3. Up front with your leaders, 14 to go. Seth's closed the gap down to about 3/10 of a second. He's right there. Looking inside, looking inside. Let's go on board with Seth Johnson as he tries to chase down the 22 of Tony Martin. You hear it there, Seth working the throttle, trying to stay low. He looks back high, looking for any sort of line. Tony's been able to keep that low line the entire race, using it to his advantage. Let's watch him come off the corner here. Tucked right against that wall. See the different lines the drivers are using there? It's Kyle Bowler, Chris Sons. Your leaders have stretched it out on the field, though. It's a 2-horse race here. 10 to go. Tony Martin looking to capture his first win in the series. Close in on that points lead. With 8 to go. Caution came out with 9 to go, just before the leaders crossed the stripe. We'll take you back and see what brought out that caution. All right, here we go. Looks like 3 and 4. Kyle gets a little bit up into the marbles there, and yeah, he's just going to take that right front. That's not going to be serviceable anymore. He tries to get it off the track, but comes to a stop there right near your leaders, and that's going to bring out a caution every time. All right. So 9 to go. Tony Martin still out front. Seth Johnson just behind him. Jace Hott, the 98. Stu Rat, the 19, sitting in 4th. Chris Sons, be okay with the top 5 tonight. Sitting there in 5th. And Stephen Hott back there in the 6th place right now. So just 9 to go. Track hasn't slicked off too much. Looks like there's a couple usable lines. Tony's been using that low line all night long to his advantage. As we talked about before, gets really, really skinny here. Especially these big, long, super late models. A lot of power. Not a lot of places to get around folks here. 22 going to be trying to get as wide as he possibly can be for the next 9 laps around Williams Grove here. As the pace lights, the lights, excuse me, should go off the pace truck this time by. And we'll go P1 to green. So single file restart here as we're under 10 to go. Let's see what Tony Martin does with it. Here we go. Seth Johnson tucked right up underneath him. Tony, good jump. Great jump. Down into 1. 98's going to look high. Jace Hott tries to make his way around Seth Johnson. Nothing there. You see Tony still working that low line. Seth gets a good run out of 4 there. Charging real hard down into 1 and 2. They make their way down the backstretch. Seth looking to the outside. He's going to try a crossover here. He's going to have a good run. Right up to the bumper of Tony Martin. Great battle for the lead here. Tony Martin's going to block the high line. One of the first times we've seen him go and use that high line all night long. And he uses it at the perfect time to block Seth's run. Back to the low line goes Tony. We're single file through the field here with 5 to go at Williams Grove. Tony Martin, Seth Johnson, Jace Hott, Matthew Stewart, Chris Sons, Stephen Hott, and Kyle Boland. That's your field. Back up front with your leaders, though. Seth looking to the inside. Is he going to be able to? Oh, almost makes contact with the 022 there. That was close. Seth threw it in there. Couldn't get it to stick. Up in the marbles this time. Looking for a run off the high side. Coming to 3 to go this time for Tony Martin. He's able to hold the runoff again. Sticking that 022 on the low line. Seth, nowhere to go. 98 of Jace Hott. He's trying to hold off the 19 of Matthew Stewart. Matthew Stewart looking to the inside. Anything there? Is anything there? Nothing there this time. 2 to go. Back up front with your leaders. Seth Johnson gets a big run to the outside off of 2. Can he make anything stick? Nothing. Has to check up mid-corner. Looks low. Here we go. White flag for Tony Martin this time by. As he takes him down into 1 and 2. Nothing there. Down the backstretch, Jace Hott has Matthew Stewart cleared. One last time into 3 and 4 for Tony Martin. Seth going to look for the crossover. Is it going to be there? Drag race to the finish line. Tony Martin's going to take this one. Seth Johnson, your second place finisher. Jace Hott's going to bring it home in 3rd. Matthew Stewart, 4th. Chris Sons, 5th. Stephen Hott, 6th. Kyle Boland right there in the 7th spot. Huge win for the 022 of Tony Martin. Going to help him a lot in the points. His first win in the series. Absolutely huge. We'll get your top 3 here lined up.
All right, your race winner tonight, Tony Martin. Hey, Tony, why don't you break down your race for us? Let her know how you did it.
Really, the plan was just to stay as low to the fence as possible and keep the momentum going.
Yeah, for sure. It looked like the low line was working on the track tonight for everybody, and kind of a one-lane track out there. You got any sponsors you want to thank tonight?
Thank you for putting on the races, and Team Trevor Schroeder and Team Surge for giving me a good team to run with.
All right, right on. Race winner, Tony Martin. Over to second place now, Seth Johnson. Why don't you break down the race for us?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good race between Tony and I. I got a caution with about 8 to go, and that was about my only hope to catch him. Other than that, he'd ran away with it. But he got a really good jump on the restart. I didn't get a very good jump, and I saw Jace behind me entering high in 1 and 2, and I'm like, well, maybe there's something up there. So I gave it a shot, found some speed up there, and unfortunately, I think I was just a little late finding it there. I think if I'd have found it a little bit earlier, I think we would be able to give Tony a little bit more race. But we were pretty much door to door the last couple laps, which was a lot of fun, and give him all the credit. He kept me off and drove a really good race.
Yeah, definitely looked like some close racing up there. You got any sponsors you want to thank tonight?
Yep, want to thank you for putting it on. Want to thank Backdraft Motorsports, and also want to thank SJD Designs. If anybody needs a paint, get a hold of me. Happy to get you a paint.
All right, yes, sir. SJD Designs, for sure. Thanks, Seth. On to your third place driver now. 98, Lil Hot, Jace Hott. Break down the race for us.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to stay clean, try to stay off the wall. Just trying to do my best, keep it clean, try to get up there and podium, try to hold off others.
Looked like you had a pretty clean race tonight, Jace. That was a good job out there, holding off Stu Rat. Not easy to do behind you there. You have any sponsors you want to thank tonight?
You for putting the show on, and Backdraft Motorsports.
All right, there you have it. Top 3 drivers. Appreciate you guys coming out.